Anyone
can be underrated.
as fuck.
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay.
Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Underrated AF podcast.
That's hard.
Episode 4 of season 2025 is coming in hot. What are you thinking? How we feeling?
Just did an arrow at the camera. Feeling great.
Feeling good, feeling great.
Ooh, that's hard.
Ready to talk about the underrated stuff that went on within the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And there's some underrated anime stuff going on.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of cool.
I have to say it's properly rated right now.
I don't even watch anime, and it is properly rated. Yeah, it's not underrated.
Properly
right?
rated.
It's
yeah.
like I seen something that said it was like
breaking
number
records.
2
Yeah.
on Crunchyroll.
Number 1 is
I'm dead. Everybody
One Piece.
tuning in for the music is like, the
fuck are they talking?
I'm dead. All right, y'all. So this week we got a couple albums to go over from Playboi Carti, NBA Youngboy, Tory Lanez.
For sure.
We're gonna get a little bit into some kind of like TV, movie entertainment. Maybe jab a little bit into like video gaming stuff. There's like one thing I wanted to talk about, but other than that, I don't really feel like there's a lot of important, valuable stuff to talk about in the news area. So we're gonna just skip past this episode and go straight to the workshop.
You get your value into us.
I think we'll get some value out of the workshop.
For sure.
We'll get something cool to talk about. Okay, so before we get into the music, you have anything you want to update people with? What's going on? How you feeling? It's mid-March right now.
March Madness, baby. So all I gotta say,
I'm dead. Are you into college basketball?
no.
It's like March Madness, yeah.
I'm mad, baby.
DraftKings.
I'm dead. No, for real. I would have to say this has been a journey of getting myself back onto a certain mentality that you kind of lose sight of while being in the middle of what you're chasing. And it happens all the time. And it's just cool to have the perspective of having the experience and then being right back into kind of square one again, but with the experience that you had before. So I get what people mean.
So does that make it square 2?
1.5. Yeah, the 0.5 is valuable. So it's not another new square. It's just the same square, just extended a little bit. Now instead of working with a bunch of little squares, now you get to work with
Same toilet, different shit.
bigger tiles.
All right, keep going.
So it's just cool to have the perspective of being able to build on what you've built before, but with the experience that you've didn't have the first time, the second go around. So the structure of what I'm doing right now and what I'm building right now is just gonna be monumental.
Yo, hindsight is cool.
It's cool.
It can be a motherfucker,
Yeah.
but it also could be your like saving grace.
It's guidelines to life.
And like with all that hindsight behind you, you're still 100% super excited about when you could jump in that ring again.
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. That's cool. I think that might be one of the determining factors of like me being a rapper, you being a fighter, that dude being a photographer, this guy being a software engineer. Like,
Right.
If you could bring all that experience and past hindsight with you, and you're still excited to work on the next thing, I think that's got to be at least some sort of signal to like beep beep. Oh, okay, we're getting in close. We're in the right direction.
Enthusiasm.
Like if you were like trying to figure out what you want to do in life and you felt lost, do what we always tell you about, just do it. And if you're not getting those like beep,
Receptors,
beep, beep,
yeah.
like if your senses aren't like, whoa, we got to do that
This is
again,
it,
or
yeah.
this felt right. You know what I mean? I think that has a lot to do with it. So that's pretty cool that you're you're still just as probably even more excited to just
I'd have to
keep
say I'm
doing
probably a little bit more excited this go around. So
And
It's
that's
just
because
fun.
you have
It's just
all
fun.
the hindsight coming with you.
Right.
So it's
Right.
all those past experiences. Like, I mean, there's nothing like the first time. The first time getting your belt. But with the first,
time was
second,
hard.
third times, fourth times getting those belts, and then now you're like, all right. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
like
gotta put the character on. And
all
now
this
you get to
stuff,
see me.
all these like metaphorical like lily pads that you jumped on to get
Hmm.
to the other side of that little pond. Now you're on the other side of the pond and there's a bro standing right there, and then now you're like,
Let's go, baby.
I'm dead. Yo, solo leveling example. I've felt more fear than whatever you can bring to the something like that,
I
right?
felt more pain than what you can bring to me.
And then he's just the next dude in like the fork in the road. He's just the next dude that's just gonna have to experience he's gonna either have to experience what you're bringing to the table, or you're gonna experience what he's brought to the table. You
Whose
understand?
story's gonna be told, mine or theirs, at the end of the day? And I feel like my story right now has more girth in the storyline
Yep.
of life.
That's it right there. Clip out that last 2 minutes. We're gonna boost it, run ads behind it. No, that was cool. I like that. That was a cool like mighty update. That made me excited. I was like, yo, hard.
What's going on with Bliss?
So Bliss, waiting on the video. I know Pyro's busy. He said pretty soon it's coming in. Can't wait for this
This is
video.
gonna be refined, nice, clean, cut.
It's gonna be nice when it drops. Other than the video, we got a lot of work going on behind the scenes. That's gonna be coming to the light very soon. It's not like something that's gonna be brewing for months.
That's pretty cool.
This is a bunch of little things that's gonna. So, I've been putting a lot of work in lately with the pen. I've been connecting a lot with other people lately.
That's
So,
true.
know
That'd
what
be
I'm saying?
really cool to like break out for them to see, because we know what's going on and potentially what can go on. So it'll just be.
Oh
really
yeah, but
cool.
even them, even the other people I'm working with, they don't really know the
exactly.
full extent of why. Like, oh, this guy's motivated. Cool, let's do something.
Yeah. So it'll be cool for them to even see
And I
like
think
what
about
comes out with
10
it.
of those people all saying that at the same time. Her is motivated. Like, it's just
what
like
I-
a lot of crap going on. So yeah, I'm excited to just start what I have
Moving.
next.
Yeah.
And we got a goal, right? I can't speak on it.
Right.
Speaking on it creates that expectation, which is it's not good for creativity. At least for me, I like making my thing, and then here you go.
It's just living in your own natural environment. No outside influence or energies can come in there and just disturb what's going on. Keep it to yourself. Once you got it locked in and loaded. Boom,
Yeah, like I bring
now
a
you-
verse to my mom and be like, "Yo, what do you think, mom?" And she's like, "That's
Mijo.
cool, mijo. Is it paying your bills?" Like, it's
Like mom is about to.
Thanks. Thanks. I just like literally cried into my notebook writing this. This is like the next biggest song in the world, and am I paying my bills or not is the most important thing coming out of your mouth.
Bro, talk though. Like, fuck.
No, that was just a little example to
No, but yeah.
just kind of explain why I like keeping things close to my chest. You know,
For sure.
it's just that I think that's just something that a lot of artists do or creators do.
You can hold on
They
to
keep
the
their
importance.
babies
Keep
close,
it pure. Yeah.
you know, and then they mature them, and then here it is. So that's Bliss.
It's just Noah running off.
What do you think? Pretty good.
I think it was really
Exciting?
well told. That's really exciting.
What
Like
are
for
you
me, it
excited?
is because I get to know what the hell's going on.
Yo, and to tag on to this music video thing, when it drops, I'm gonna push it more than I've pushed anything in the past. The point is to keep growing, to do it better this time than I did last time. So we're gonna do some things differently this time. We have a little bit more of a budget to work with, and you know what I'm saying. So hopefully this one gets more out there to the people. Like, hey,
Just
I'm
running
here.
it
I
up.
make music. Like if I had like a light bulb and I wanted everybody to see it, I just got to inject as much power into that bulb as possible.
The LED as much as possible.
Right, and that's a similar thing with the video. I just gotta do whatever I could to get it seen, mostly by Arizona. That's gonna be like my target, right? But if I can get like everybody in Arizona to see this, that'd be something.
That's really cool.
I mean, there's probably like 9 figures worth of people that live in Arizona, but you know that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But of the people that like hip hop, break down that segment. Of the people that like Hispanic rap, maybe break down that segment a little bit more. So we got an audience that I need to get to, and that's the goal. So.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has eyes on entertainment, and you just so happen to be in that lane. So now you gotta fill that out.
Why is it so everybody's like, oh yeah, started from the bottom, now we're here kind of thing, right? But why is it always so backwards? Why is it always so, like when somebody's trying to show you their stuff, it's like people are like, oh nah, you know what I'm saying? Like keep dreaming. How come, you know what I'm saying? Like why is it like that?
Because I think that's like a natural... It's like a natural
human...
Yeah, it's like a natural human thing. It's like an energy like border that you have to like break through to realize, like, because like not a lot of people can like live past what other people's perspectives and thoughts are. Mm-hmm. So once you break past that barrier, then it's like, oh, I am better than what other people think I am. I'm what I think I am.
Mm-hmm. People are always like, oh, he drives that kind of car? That means he makes this kind of money.
Right.
Which means he would live in this kind of neighborhood.
Right.
So wait, actually he's just a normal person.
Right.
So then that whole fantasy of being a star and it kind of just diminishes in their brain.
He's like, oh, he's not that guy. He's not him.
You know what I just like epiphany right now? That's underrated. That is the whole point of what I like. I want to like tell people. There is so many underrated people out there that are being...
It's hard finding those people because they're so underrated and they're so good at what they do behind the scenes that it's like nobody likes to give people their flowers or their props or their congratulatory high fives.
You know what's underrated? People thought that when I wanted to make this... Before we started doing the podcast, this is our 3rd year doing it, right?
Yeah.
People were like, you do a podcast. Like, you're not a podcaster. Yeah. Hey, we're in our 3rd year doing it. So whether you think I'm a podcaster or not, I guess I am. Like I wouldn't even consider myself a podcast. I'm an artist. I make music.
That's it. No,
you're a fighter.
Creator.
You know what I'm saying? It's just how. Isn't it funny how people would just be quick to like, oh, that's not you.
You know what's even cooler than that?
What?
Realizing people's opinions about your own life don't mean jack shit.
Wow.
Imagine living your life based on what other people have to tell you what they think that you can live your life by. Imagine. Oh my God. This is so fresh. It's like when you get over that hump. Well, yeah, when you break that barrier.
Leveling up.
And when you can level up.
Yes, sir.
There's no limits.
I'm dead. Bro, I snap my fingers and then this whole the whole setup is just...
Yo, I'm dead. It's like a Dr. Disrespect. I'm dead.
So yeah, that's very...
I mean, at the end of the day...
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, at the end of the day, the people that really live their life based on other people's opinions, thoughts, and whatever they have to say, like, it really doesn't matter. And we're not even going through things that are like, oh, people are trying to tell... No, like, I'm just... in a general manner. Imagine only living your life based on another person's thought or opinion on what you could or couldn't do. Imagine if they said, oh, you can't do that. And you look at that person and you're like, oh, you're right. I can't do that. And then you decide to never do it because one person told you couldn't. But imagine if you heard you can do it from the right person, you would want to do it. So for me, I always like told myself like I'm the right person. I don't care about what nobody else has to say in a negative or positive manner. At the end of the day, whatever I tell myself is the thing that matters most. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always just going to be like, you can do it. Let's find out.
Well, I'm just a projection of your consciousness. Your eyes are just sensing me and your ears are sensing me. And your brain is just putting it together in the way you could understand it. So I'm living in your matrix right now.
You're pretty badass.
You created me.
You're Morpheus.
I'm dead. We wake up from that shroom trip.
Yo. I'm dead.
Yeah, here we are.
Yet again.
I feel like motivated right
again.
now. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It feels good to do good shit.
Does it just feel? Is that feeling just coming from moving in the right direction?
Motion, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Motion.
Once you get the cogs turning all together, you got the clockwork. At the end of the day. I'm on my time. You're on your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wait, so are we podcasters?
I'm just a guy that'll punch you in the mouth and put you to sleep. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
Yo, we're
at the end
just
of the
two,
day, just two guys
bros.
doing shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
At
so
the end of
take
the day,
it or leave it.
at the end of the day, we're just two guys doing shit. And it don't even matter if the shit amounts to anything. It just matters that we're getting motion moving forward. Period. That's it. And
Yeah, if you ever doubted us, just remember, we're making motion and you're just sitting there, lazy fuck.
listening to podcasters. No, I'm just like,
Listening to two idiots on a podcast. Got your ass.
I was going to say it, but I pulled back.
All right, y'all. Let's jump into the first album we have to talk about. There's 3, like I said. First one, let's just get it out of the way, kind of. Let's talk about
Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy.
Yeah.
All right. You want to give your impressions, my impressions first? You know what? Hold on. Let me give some details.
Details.
So,
Details.
NBA Youngboy, he released an album called More Leaks, right? 20 songs for a total listening time of 1 hour and 1 minute. All right. What are your thoughts about it? Yes, Mighty did his due diligence and listened, or at least attempted to listen to some of the homework this week.
I think the name for this album was perfect. If you're a plumber. In a plumber's perspective, because holy shit, imagine going to a house and there's just more leaks.
Oh my God.
You're gonna be there all day working. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I mean, this was a chore to like sit through and like listen to this album. I'm sorry, if y'all like this music, then that's cool. Like,
Does that
props
speak to you not being an NBA Youngboy fan though?
But there's a reason.
Does he
why
have
not.
good stuff? In your opinion?
I don't know.
Or is this genre or this version of hip hop not really, you know what I'm saying?
This does not resonate with me at all. This is not my environment. This is not my.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, Jesus. Like, it just sounds like the dude is just like. I'm not gonna overly like say like negative things or nothing like that, but it's just not my style like at all. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, well the negative stuff is okay once you've already made it clear that this isn't your kind of music. So you're able to really point out why it's not. You know what I mean? But like what's like the one big thing why you don't really mess with this?
It just sounds like a young kid just uberly high on a mic, trying to just make something happen.
I just got images of Wiz Khalifa. Young, black and yellow, black and...
No, I'm not even talking about high off weed. I'm just talking about like he's just like, you know what I mean? I don't know, dude. Like imagine you just being off lean, like gone, and
So bro is just next level.
I mean, I don't. That's just the vibes I'm getting. I don't know. It's just I like clean, clear, crisp, natural energy, and I don't know. It just that just doesn't seem very in my lane. Is all.
Right.
So, rating for the album.
Yeah, what would you give this one?
Me wise, probably like 4.7.
And that's coming from somebody that doesn't like this kind of music too much, right?
Yeah.
It's just a genre of rap, hip hop that you're not resonating with, right?
Correct.
This isn't something you're gonna put on at the gym. This isn't something you're gonna put on in the car. Like,
Oh, I'm never gonna hear this again. Never broke again. Never heard again.
never heard again. All right, so the Bliss take, you gave it a 4,
4.7.
4.7. All right, so the Bliss take. Check this out. This is I'm not gonna like speak on it as negative because
sure.
there's part of it that I enjoyed.
That's cool.
Right. But let me give you the take. This is the hot take, right? Okay. So this album is like a ham sandwich, right? Nobody likes the bread. Everybody wants the meat. This is exactly how the album went.
I like bread.
So that this is like the ends of the bread.
Ooh, the butts.
You like those?
No.
Okay. So this is the butts, and then there's ham in the middle. So the album, in my
That's the
opinion,
worst sandwich of all time.
started to get good after the song called "On Me."
I don't even think I made that.
And that was like 4 or 5 songs in, maybe.
Whoa.
Right? And then after the album got down to the song called Demon Seed, it just got worse after that. So if you're somebody that doesn't really listen to NBA Youngboy because he does a lot of wild, kind of like aggressive stuff, but you're curious of hearing the album, I would say start listening to it on the On Me song and just stop listening to it on Demon Seed.
That's pretty cool.
So take off the butts of the bread and just eat the meat. You guys are gay. You guys are all gay.
Hey, Paul.
I'm fucking dead. Okay, so I mean that's my take. That's my take. What do you think? Oh,
That's a hot take.
Rating. I'm gonna give it with the butts. I'm gonna give it a 5.3. Okay. Without the butts, I'm gonna give it a 6.1.
So straight meat, 6.1.
Yeah. What do you think about that rating?
I'm not
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
I think it's
Okay.
cool.
Fair.
I think what you said from here to here, I think cool. But if you, you know what I'm saying?
Take the butts out.
Yeah.
Are they really called that?
Yeah,
The butts of the bread.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 30 years old almost. Sick.
Keeps the yeast in there.
I'm dead. All right. So anything else on NBA Youngboy?
Keep press. I don't know.
Keep
Just
doing
keep
you.
going. Yeah, just keep doing. Keep doing. Just keep
He's
doing.
got
you.
his lane,
Right.
and whoever likes that lane is gonna love it.
It's just a bunch of like young, like 15. It's a bunch of like 13 to like 18-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Like it's catering to that kind of crowd because the 13 to like 18 range right
It's
now
like
is a
that
little
rebellious.
Yeah, it's like hectic, wild, like
bad
weird
grades
shit.
in high school.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're successful in your lane. Keep being successful. Do your thing. Dope shit. On to the next.
On to the next. All right. We're gonna go over probably the cooler album last. So next, let's go ahead and talk about the Tory Lanez album called Peterson. Okay, so a little bit of details. 20 songs for a total listening time of 1 hour and 27 minutes. That's a lot of music to listen to. You know what I'm saying? So let me give my impressions real quick.
Dang.
So this Tory Lanez album, I am a big Tory Lanez fan. Don't get that twisted. This album, in my opinion, was probably the best Tory could do while behind bars. That's all I could say. I'm not.
agree with that.
I had nothing. I didn't save any of these songs. It was like rap elevator music. You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff you could put on in the background. Nothing really like grabs your attention. It's kind of just there. And for overall rating, I'm gonna give this album a 6.5.
That's
right
generous.
there in the middle.
That's generous. Yeah, that's nice.
You know, not a D plus, not a D minus, but you're just getting
Straight D.
a D. What's with
Yeah.
the meats, the D, the butts? Like
We're not sponsored by Arby's. I'm dead.
What are your takes on the Peterson album?
Okay, so as a creator, as an artist, as a fighter, as a this, as a photographer, as a that, as a whatever you are, you're only as good as your environment, right? You can only be
You're only as good as your environment. All right,
That's
keep going.
it. You're only as good as your environment. So, with that being said, unfortunately, this motherfucker's incarcerated on some bullshit. So, I mean, it's not a lot to just flaunt and talk about that's just kind of like egotistical in a way. You have to like strip down all ego, all what makes rap, and then you have to like, it's just bare bones of what he is living in right now. So, I mean, you said it right. You said it perfect. I mean, I think he made the best that he can make behind bars, and there's not shit going on. Like, you're on a strict schedule. Like, you have a routine. You're this, you're that, and that's it. Like, so for what he did and potentially what could somebody draw from this, I think I would have to agree with you with the rating.
A D, 6.5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that same thing. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it was bad, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it was great. I'm just not a type of person that like I'm not resonating on that level at all. So it just like me, I'm free. I'm living life. I'm trying to like be better. So it's just the whole like resentful, I'm sorry, please God forgive me, get me out of here, free me. It's
Free
just
Tory for the umbrellas.
No, I mean I fuck with Tory, like, you know I do, but
Tory's
at the end of the day-
hard.
Yeah, he's hard, but it's just you can only do what your environment is based off, and that's the reason why a lot of people can't make it out of their environment because they're so stuck in such a negative, nasty muck, and then trying to get that muck off you, it's damn near impossible when you're wearing all white.
It's like his aura right now.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah.
Like, what aura does he have from not real? I don't think he's around women in there, right? Hell no, probably.
Probably not. I mean, I don't know. I don't
Unless
know what goes on in there.
the prison guards are, it's a bit.
Should be happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I mean, he's definitely not whipping the Lambo right now. Let me tell you that. So the most he could flex about is, I guess, the money he got in his prison account. I don't know.
No, I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, the album that he made, it was good for like his situation, his environment. Dope. We're not in that situation. We're not in that environment.
It's good for a bro that does pull-ups all day.
We should be on that.
Yeah, but we got options. We got options, bro. We don't have to do. We can do the lateral. We got lateral pull down. You know what I'm saying?
Engage them lats. But
So we both are in agreement that Tory Lanez, and I put in my notes. I put it's good for what it is, and then what it is in all caps. What do you think about that?
I agree.
It's good for what it is.
I agree.
Cool. 6.5, Tory Lanez Peterson album. Can't wait till he gets out of prison and releases some good quality stuff. Or maybe he's tainted for life after prison. Who knows? But he did release...
Is he in there for a decade?
Yeah, it's not that long anymore. There was some speculation that he might get out this year on probation or something. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be cool. But
But actually, on that same Tory Lanez note about his album being kind of so-so, he did release a couple songs in there. Remember? It was, We Gonna Be Here One Day. You know all those songs that came out? The prison tapes or something?
Yeah.
So he actually was releasing some pretty fire
See, and
stuff.
that's what I thought it was gonna be on, and then hearing the album and it wasn't on that, I was like, oh.
But
oh.
also, that could have been stuff he recorded way before.
Way before, that
going
makes
in.
sense.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense. Just a quick last release before.
yeah, so if this album is a representation of what he can make from inside of prison, that this is probably everything we're getting from Tory right now.
For right now, which is okay. I mean, time is all right. Time is relevant in a way.
Is it?
In a way.
Yeah.
Time is
I
structured.
think when he
and
gets
relevant.
out, he'll be back on his regular,
I
schedule.
don't know.
You
I don't
what
know. I mean, maybe he might become a better lyrical artist. Maybe he might become a better storyteller. Maybe he might become a better pen to paper. I don't know. There's no telling. It just depends on the mentality you have while being in the environment you're in. Can you become better than what you are in right now, or are you
I don't
stuck
think
where you're
I've
at?
seen a rapper release a full commercial album from prison before. Has that happened?
Yeah,
Like recorded from prison?
I thought Biggie did one.
This era.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's like one of the only dudes that's done that, right? I feel like anybody else that goes.
Wait,
to
did Lil
prison-
Wayne do that, or did he?
Well, Lil Wayne's one of the goats, so probably. I don't even know.
I don't care what nobody says. Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper of all time. I don't care what nobody has to say about that.
In my opinion, I put Lil Wayne in the same category and like fame and height and like greatness as like Eminem. You know, they're the best of their eras.
Lil Wayne, Pac, Ice Cube. Those are my fucking three.
What about The Weeknd?
He's not a rapper.
Oh, okay.
He's an artist.
What?
He's an artist.
He's R&B, isn't he?
Right, but he's like R&B pop. But it
Facts.
free Tory.
Okay, so yeah, that's it on Tory. That's kind of all there is to talk about. Let's get into the last album, which was probably the most streamed album of the week. Probably everybody was talking about it. That album's called Music. And it was weird. It was weird at first because it's called Music, right? I was going to like look it up so I could listen to it. And then the album picture says I Am Music.
Right.
So I don't know. I was kind of like...
I was just about to say something about that.
Just taken back for a second. I was like, oh, is this a typo?
Right. It had me looking. I was like, is this the right one that I'm clicking on? Like,
I get it though. Whatever.
Right.
So Playboi Carti released an album called Music, right? It had 30 songs for a total listening time of 1 hour and 16 minutes. There was some long albums that came out this week.
Yeah.
Like 30 songs, 20 songs, 20 songs, like a lot of content to listen to.
Here come Kanye dropping 85 songs.
Okay, so you're more familiar maybe, I think, with Playboi
Carti,
Carti than I am. I think you might have introduced him to me, maybe. I don't know. But let's get your takes.
I think for what Carti does, I wasn't expecting more than what this album kind of came out to be. So it was like, I enjoyed listening to it. I was at the gym, just doing my routine, killing it. And it was good doing your routine background music. There wasn't too many changes, too many like energies that were just like whoo, wah, whoo. No, it was just more of like this is Playboi Carti. Like you're saying, like you're only gonna get so much. He has some dope features in there. The one song with The Weeknd was hard to me. That was hard. That was hard.
That song was called
"Don't Lie to Me" or something. Like,
Rather Lie.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a couple other features. They were dope. That Travis Scott one wasn't bad either.
He had Travis on a couple.
Yeah.
They were good though.
Yeah, no, it was good. I would have to rate that. I would rate that a solid like 8.3. 8.3.
I think the money and the budget behind it was kind of the money for like an 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I think this is a big album for him. A main album. This isn't like a little side project. You know what I mean? This one is one of his albums.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had an album in 4 years.
Yeah,
right?
It's been a minute, and it's been teased for a long time. So it's just cool that the Carti fans are what they're getting. They're not going to be disappointed.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
So the Bliss take on the new Playboi Carti album. I'm not a Playboi Carti fan. I don't really listen to that kind of music, but I have pretty decent stuff to say about it. You know what I'm saying? How about I say this? There's only 2 bad things I have to say about the album, and then probably like 3 good things. Okay, so the 2 bad things are, when I was playing this album, maybe this is a bad thing, I don't know, but there was like 5 songs in the very beginning that I would consider all like intro tracks.
One long butt of the
I just like, okay, so the first song goes by, I'm like, okay, it's intro. You know, that it's the set the stage, right? Second song went by, I was like, wait, I get it. This album's gonna start already. Like, I get, okay. Third song went by, I was like, is the album gonna start yet? Are we still trying to like build up the hype?
It up, yeah.
Fourth song, fifth song. Anyway, it just felt like there was one giant intro of like 5 songs. But that's not to say anything bad about it, because
I don't think it's a bad thing.
When I was getting to the 4th and 5th one, I scrolled down. I was like, how many songs are on this album? Because if it's like a 10-song thing,
Yeah,
you know,
I feel that. I feel that.
This was my first impressions, right?
Right.
But if it was like a 10-song thing, I'm like, no, like this is hell no. But anyway, I scrolled down, 30 tracks.
Yeah,
I was like,
whoa.
Okay, Playboi Carti has a free pass to have a 4 or 5 song intro and a 4 or 5 song outro, because that's gonna give me 20 songs in the middle. Dope.
To do whatever, yeah.
So
yeah,
whatever. This is
it's a lot of content.
Big album, cool, whatever. So I'm not gonna say anything too good or too bad about that, because that's not always a good thing to have so much intro, or it just kind of my opinion of what sounded like an intro. But anyway, the other negative thing I have to say, this is just my opinion and probably a hot take that nobody cares about, but I didn't like that he didn't put who was featured on the songs.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
On like credited on there to show you who it was. It was like cool when Kanye did it because he's like a producer and all this stuff, right? So you know what I mean. But I don't know. I felt kind of weird about Playboi Carti not doing it. It was almost like he's, the best, so he doesn't have to put who's in the songs.
Well,
like
that's how Carti's.
You're gonna listen and find out.
That's Carti's ego. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's
whatever.
the way he is. No, but I agree with you 100%.
I just didn't like that I had to go in and find out. Like, it was all right. Like, Lil Durk was in there, Travis Scott was in there, The Weeknd, Future, Kendrick Lamar. Like,
Kendrick one wasn't bad. I forgot about that. That one wasn't bad.
It was cool, but like, I just didn't like how he kind of played the Kanye card and didn't put who's featured on the songs. That I just had a weird feeling about it. That's why I said in the beginning that that's probably a hot take. Nobody's gonna agree, but I didn't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Me personally, I like to see like who's in the song featuring like me. It just I like that. I like that. But.
So with that being said, there was some good things to say about it, and it was a quality album, right? For it being 30 songs, it didn't. There was some filler music in there, but a lot of it stood on its own legs. Yeah. I think a lot of the music was there. And like the features, whenever I heard Future, whenever I heard Travis Scott, when that Weeknd song randomly came on, I was like, yo, hell yeah, this is dope. Like, I'm not a big Playboi Carti fan, but I'm a big fan of like Future. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Travis Scott, like I like these other rappers or like artists. So this is cool now. Like, let's go. Like I wish I knew they were in the album beforehand.
Just
so I could
be hyped
really
about
like, yo, there's Future on these 4 songs or whatever, So that's a fun thing that I liked a lot about it. And it was quality. Like,
yeah, I think it was quality.
I thought it was good, just not really my type of music. That's it. So if I was going to rate it, I think I'm going to rate it like, damn, it is kind of like an 8 or above, to be honest with you.
Yeah, to be honest.
I think I'm going to rate it, not being too much of a Playboi Carti fan, I'm probably going to give it like an 8.2.
For sure. It's very fair. I agree.
The Underrated AF podcast, we try to give fair ratings here, right?
Yeah, it's always fair.
Yeah. Okay. I'm never going to give somebody like, a 10 out of 10 is logic. I've never given a 10 on this podcast thus far.
Have I?
I have never given it to the most we've given was like a 9.
9 point something.
And I don't even know what that was for.
I don't even remember.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I gave a 9 to one of Logic's like little side projects. I think it was that Aquarius album that he released recently. I think I gave a 9 to that. But anyway,
that sounds familiar.
10s are like,
that's God tier.
That's
a
like
God card pool.
Would we even know if a 10 is a 10?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Time tells it's a 10.
Like, I feel like I can only give 10s to albums that are from the past.
Yeah. Time,
you know what I mean?
Time tells it's a 10. Or unless it, like, personally, seriously just resonates with you. Like, for me, Beauty Behind the Madness is a 10.
So, thinking back real quick, if we were doing the ratings back in 2014, when Forest Hills Drive came out, would we have given that a 10 out of 10 on the spot?
Probably. Yeah, probably. With that one, I would say.
In my opinion, that is 10 out of 10 right now.
I had that album on repeat for
Do you think we would have
maybe
given
like
it a 10 out of 10
a
though?
month and a half straight. At the time,
Without the test of time, like you're saying, do you think it would have been solid 10 out of 10?
I think personally.
You think so?
I think so. Or at least at like a 9.8. You know what I mean? Like, and then the time would have just
Like very high.
yeah.
So that's our music. If you got any other opinions other than that, you disagree with us, we would want to know. So just comment or something. That'd be cool. All right. That'd be cool. Interaction. You know what I'm saying? We still got a QT gift card or some sort of like Visa gift card that I'm trying to give out to somebody, but nobody's claimed it yet. This is the first time I'm saying that right in the middle of the pod. So
Yeah, usually it's at the end.
Usually it's at the very end. Didn't have a lot of expectations because once it gets to like the last bit of the pod, I could see people just, oh shit, I got stuff to do.
Sure.
You know, like nobody's gonna sit there and stare at us for an hour and 30 minutes. Like
Even unless you do, like
even when I look at a pod, like if it's Joe Rogan or something, I'm not even watching the video completely. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, it's like on, right? And then I'd be taking a glance. Okay. Taking a glance. You know what I'm saying? So
I like to watch it whenever they got like costumes and shit on. They're like, all right, it just looks funny.
I'm dead.
Joe
Okay,
Rogan's
so
an astronaut. Like,
Joe Rogan is. I was gonna say he's a character. He's definitely. I don't know how to feel about him. Like, I don't know if he's like really, really believing in these like conspiracy stuffs.
Oh yeah, he
you know
really
what I'm saying?
does.
Like,
He really
I don't
does.
know what to believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he's a puppet.
I want to meet him, like in a way to where I could just like pick his brain. He could pick my brain, whatever the fuck. Like it doesn't even have to be like on a podcast or whatever. I just want to talk to him. Like it just be. I'm just really curious on what somebody like that has something to say because he's a really good comedian as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he has his whole stuff over there in Texas, right?
Texas,
Going
yeah.
on. Very cool. That'd be very
Talk
cool
about
to
Joe.
meet somebody like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just another person that you just bring more perspective, whether that's good or bad. I mean, I always enjoy that. So whether you agree with us or don't agree with us, we enjoy your perspective. Feedback, baby.
Underrated.
Baby.
Stay underrated.
Baby.
Well, do we want to stay underrated? Or is the point to point out who's underrated and then shine light on that? That way we properly rate them.
You can
Is
rate
that-
you can rate them however you want, but at the end of the day,
You gonna rate me?
you gonna rate it however you want to rate it. But at the end of the day, if you don't do what you gotta do, then you're gonna be under. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's talk about something pretty properly rated. Right?
Pretty properly.
Solo leveling.
Yo, solo leveling right now is taking the media by storm.
Okay, so this is a TV show that came out or might have been out for a little bit.
No,
That's
so
right.
it was a book for a while. It was an idea, and then it became like a little webtoon or like a little light novel, and then it became a webtoon. and
So
then-
tell the people, I don't really watch anime,
No, at
but
all.
I watched
Oh my
this.
God.
Okay,
No,
so
but-
with that being said, tell the people why we're so hyped to talk about this.
I will say, if you're not really into anime, if you're not really into stuff like that, this is a very good like opening thing to get you into
Like icebreaker.
Yeah, this is a
Kinda.
really good icebreaker to like get you fully fledged into the world of like wanting to watch more. The story's dope. They leave you on cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger. The episode that just dropped, insane.
So where are we at in season episodes? Like where exactly are we? Do you know?
I think we're at
Season
episode
two.
12. Season 2, episode 12 right now.
12. Isn't 12 the finales? Or this one has another episode?
No, it's gonna be my bad. We're at 11. So then
Oh, okay.
next week is gonna be 12, and then 13 is gonna be the hour long finale.
Okay. I think I'm on season 2, like episode
9.
8 or 9
like
or
8 or-
something
yeah,
right there,
I
right?
think 8 or 9,
So
yeah.
I'm a little behind because I like watching it with the English.
So you like watching it in
on
dub, which the dub on this is so nice. It fits so well.
It doesn't seem weird or nothing. Like it's good.
It fits really well. There's no like if people don't want to watch anime because there's like weird like
Like
vocal,
different language.
type of like vocal,
Japanese.
type of like thing. This is a very good one to like start off with, if you haven't and you kind of want to watch something, this is dope. It's just pretty much a guy that unlocks the ability to level up, and he's the only person pretty much of this world in this caliber that he's able to do what he's able to do. So it's just really cool to see the weakest become the strongest, and all the trials and tribulations in between. You are your environment, and so he constantly puts himself in a more crisis stress environment so he can become stronger and better for what's to come. And it's pretty cool to watch the whole journey of everything and the characters and the powers and to see how he utilizes everything. And it's dope. It's dope. It's badass.
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch these episodes that I've been waiting on, because the English version comes out a couple weeks after the regular, and these episodes are weekly right now. So there's a couple. I need to catch up a little bit. There's like 2 or 3 maybe.
I think 2 for you right now.
So I'm excited. I got 2 to watch. That's if I want to wait for the English dub. I don't know. Mighty keeps saying that it's worth watching it in Japanese.
Oh my god, yo, this shit's hard. It is hard.
So, and I don't know. I'm not used to it, and I hate having to read subtitles to understand what's going on, because I want to focus on the show, you know. But
we could watch it twice. One where you just read it, and the second time you just watch it, or the first time you just watch it, and the second time you read it.
But yeah, this anime. To be honest with you, I don't really watch a lot of TV shows.
That's true.
Or I barely watch movies. So he finally got me to watch an episode. We had to watch like 3 or like 2.
It's always 2.
We had to watch 2 the first time, because it leaves you always like on a biggest like, what? They just got here. Why did it just end the episode? You know what I mean? Like, we're halfway through. We just entered the door. And then it's like the episode's over. So you almost have to watch at least another episode.
It's cool because it's like getting a chip. You can't just have one chip when you open the bag. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. You can't just have one chip. You gotta have multiple chips. This is your multiple chip.
Yeah, they gave you a bowl of chips and there's a bunch of dip. And then you ran out of chips and there's just a bunch of dip there. You know what I'm saying? So you need more chips to finish the food. You know what I'm saying?
But what they leave you with is it's just cool. It's just cool. The way that the storyline is broke down and the way that they break it down to the people with visual representations of what's going on, it's really, really invigorating and intriguing.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I don't watch a lot of like TV shows, movies. If something's quality, if something's actually genuinely good, I'll watch it. Like, one of the last things I could say that he put me on as far as TV shows that I just had to watch every single thing was Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I had to watch everything. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard. Like, that's the way I've always ever been. I'm only gonna ever watch something that I can feel passionate about. That's it. So if I can feel passionate about it, I'm gonna dive into it. If I feel like I'm gonna be like, I probably won't finish it. I probably will. I don't know. But
so safe to say, Solo Leveling is one of them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
It's an Elden Ring. It's
dude.
It's a Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's an Interstellar.
Dude, it's dope.
It's
so
one of
dope.
those things that comes around, you know, here and there in life, and it's dope. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I agree.
Pretty good?
Oh, speaking of entertainment-wise, you said you just recently watched The Substance? The Substance?
Oh, yeah. I was hearing like that it's a pretty cool movie or something to watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It came out in 2024, though, so it's not like brand new or nothing. But we ended up watching it recently.
Yeah.
And that was like one whole movie of like a Black Mirror episode.
Whoa.
And I'm pretty into like Black Mirror, you know, and
new season.
Yeah, there was a new like trailer that came out, right? Or the season came out? Or the trailer? Oh, okay. But yeah, like it was definitely something to watch. Don't watch it with kids though.
Word.
Do not watch that movie with kids. Yo, Noah was right there like, oh. And I looked at Kayla and I was like, "Ma'am, I don't think you should be watching this." Bro, like
he said, "Whoa."
Like it's like gory.
Is it gory? Oh, it is. So it is gory,
but not like in the
like a horror,
like whole cutting off your arms, like not like that. It was like, bruh, this girl's. I don't want to like spoil it,
yeah.
but it was very
graphic. We'll say
very
it's graphic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And if you're into that kind of stuff, there was a lot of like ass and tits. So
that's pretty cool too.
Woo. No, but yeah, don't watch it with kids. I would not say it was good to watch with kids. Like if you're with your
niece and nephew,
mom or your dad, and you're like, "Yo, this movie was pretty cool. Let's watch it." Like you're adults, okay, you know what I'm saying. But if like there's kids in the room and you guys are watching that movie, it's gonna be like,
it's gonna be a moment.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I don't think we should have this on with the kids in here. Like, you know what I mean? Luckily, Astrid was asleep at the time when we put it on, so she wasn't even down here. But yeah, Noah was like, "Oh," like during a very graphic part of it, bruh, he was just, "Oh," and I was like, "He's good.
Yo,
he's not gonna remember this."
That is hilarious.
But yeah, Substance. If you haven't seen it, I would say watch it.
Yeah,
I think it was a really good thing to watch. I like quality, like I said.
I'll probably watch that today. A movie that I watched over the weekend was Mickey 17. Yo, dude, that movie was
Robert Pattinson.
And I'd have to say, dude, that movie was pretty dope. Once you break through, and then once you get to the whole like the plot twist of the movie, and then it becomes what it is. Like it's like whoa. So it kind of feels like obviously you've played Fallout, y'all. So like Fallout, in Fallout there's these bunkers after a nuclear explosion, and then all these bunkers, all these people go into, and they're called those are
like
the vault dwellers.
The vault dwellers.
Yeah. So now they're in these vaults, but secretly all these vaults they have.
Each one has an experiment
going on. So it kind of just felt like one long movie of a vault experiment. And it was just, I had fun watching this movie. It was fun. It was just cool.
Well, I'm probably going to watch it now that you're talking about it. I don't think it was like anywhere in my, sites to watch it, or you know what I mean? But now I'm probably going to watch it now that you've given me some feedback on it.
Robert Pattinson is a great actor. I will say that. The fact that he played the character he played, how he played it, the way he played it, it was just, it's funny.
Yo, how did he go from Twilight to Mickey 17?
Batman.
Oh, I know. Batman.
Remember, and he did Lighthouse with William
Dafoe. I feel like Batman really changed the aura around him.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like now he could do a lot of cool stuff, and people
remember that interview that they were saying he's like, oh yeah, it's so weird. I have like a bunch of like guy fans. I have a bunch of men fans now. It's like weird.
I'm dead. Yo, because now when I think of Robert Pattinson, I don't really think of Twilight too much.
I don't ever. Yeah.
Now whenever I see him, I see like this
mature actor,
lone wolf kind of guy, and it has a lot to do with Batman. It's like a lone wolf kind of dude that's just badass. Is that the?
They're stuck in a freaking lighthouse, and there's so much stuff goes on.
I don't know.
It's a crazy movie. It's a crazy watch.
It sounds like,
but it's a really good movie. But
I'm not sure.
It's a lot of dialogue, and you got to keep up. It's a good movie, but I just think that he's one of the few very rare actors that have like a set. Oh, that's what you are, and then he broke out of that. And then now he's just doing a bunch of dope shit. Like,
so if you get famous from a girly girl movie and you're a famous vampire, here's the key to success.
Keep working.
Turn into a bat.
Whoa.
Because it's related to a vampire. So, okay, yeah, you could probably do that. And then just...
I'm vengeance.
Now you could do anything.
Vengeance.
And people won't remember this vampire because you did a bat.
Vengeance.
I'm vengeance.
Alfred.
I would like to see another Batman like that. Are they making another one?
Yeah.
I
think it's filming at the end of the year. I think it starts filming at the end of this year.
I wish they made that
something like that.
the beginnings of a DC universe, maybe. But it's like
No, to be honest, I kind of want it to be a whole
like it
Batman
being its
universe.
separate
I want it. Yeah, I don't want Superman coming in. I don't want that right now.
it would
yeah.
take away from the rawness of it, huh?
Yeah.
It's
just
not
cool.
like magical. It's
It's just cool.
there's no like fantasy powers. It's
I know. I think
a real dude.
I think the next one there might be a little something, but we'll see. We'll find out.
A little something.
Yeah, just a
For
little
real?
something. Yeah,
like
little,
what?
Like borderline pushing.
Like Wonder Woman?
No. No, like just the rogue gallery of the Batman like villain.
Okay, makes sense.
So
I'm
it'd be
excited.
cool to see like what they really do with the villain next. Because I've heard Clayface, I've heard Mr. Freeze, I've heard Chameleon.
Yo, a Robert Pattinson version
Or Hush, not
of
Chameleon.
Batman and Mr. Freeze might be kind of hard.
That'd be really cool.
And like maybe like Robin and Batgirl. I don't know.
be
Maybe
cool.
that might be cool having like that
The team
remade
aspect,
kind
yeah.
of from what was the old with George Clooney,
Yeah,
right?
I hate George Clooney. Man.
But yeah, that might be kind of cool to see like this current version of Batman of Mr. Freeze and all that. That might be kind of cool. I don't know. What do you think? Would
I
you
think
like
it'll
that
be
or no?
dope. I just think that the way that they would have to make Mr. Freeze would have to be so raw and so genuine because everything that he's doing is for his wife that's frozen and he's trying to bring her back to life essentially.
Whoa.
So for her to not die, he froze her.
Yo, watching any entertainment with Jose is amazing.
I'm dead.
He's got the knowledge behind it. Like I had known that from like back in the day, but you just reminded me.
Yeah, it's Nora Freeze, bro. Like
Whoa.
this shit's really cool. So if they can make like a really heartfelt, because like Mr. Freeze, like he's a villain, right? But he's not really like I'm out here to destroy the world and do this and do that. Like no, everything is for my wife, and I want to make sure she's brought back to life so I can cherish her.
Whoa,
again.
that's pretty cool.
So with that perspective, if they're able to break that in with the rawness of that, it would just be really interesting to see that environment.
Hard.
Yeah.
All right. So, any other things to talk about? Music, entertainment, TV, movies. Was there any news that you felt we need to just throw at each other, or we're good on that?
I mean, at the end of the day, the NFL raised the cap limit, so now that they have more money, and I kind of think that's due to Taylor Swift. So back to music, she brought a lot of fandom into the NFL from her shit. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to give props to it. Mm-hmm. I agree that there's all the people, oh, why they chose Taylor Swift? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just more people that's going to tune in because of Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's more money for the players, and if there's more money for the players and the teams, that just means there's going to be more excitement because now we can have more room for teams rather than just one superstar per team.
Yo, I feel like there's a lot of trades going on,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on.
Well, it's free agency right now.
More than usual, though.
It's free agency right now.
But is this free agency more than usual going on? You know,
I would have to say it's probably a little bit more than
What-
usual. There's a lot of
every
moves.
day I'm seeing something new of like Cooper Cup going over here,
Yeah.
DK Metcalf going over there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of
So
like,
there's a lot of
you
more
know,
superstar block, like there's a lot of more superstar movements, right? We'll say that.
Okay.
There has been a lot
It's
of
like
movement.
where's Aaron Rodgers going? Oh, Geno Smith is not with the Seahawks anymore. Sam Darnold is going to a different team.
Yeah,
like
so
what?
It's
like,
it's interesting. It's interesting.
You know what I mean?
So I think the next season, me personally, like if we make it back to the Super Bowl, cool. But I don't think that. I think we'll make it into like the high like playoffs. Personally, but
why? Because of you lost a bit of players.
I mean, we
Is that
lost
why
a bit
or
of
no?
players, but we're building for the next season. So for the 2026, 2027.
But
that's what we're building
you
for.
guys might end up acquiring the right chess pieces again.
All I gotta
that
say,
just
bro,
works for next season.
We
you know?
traded a bunch of players for a bunch of draft picks. We literally have 20 draft picks from next draft that's about to happen in like what, a month, 2 months, and then next year's draft we have like 20 picks, and we have 8 picks in the first like 4 rounds.
So a lot of fresh
Wild.
talent,
A lot of fresh, great talent.
fresh, hungry talent,
Yes,
ready to
yes.
prove themselves.
So we're just
ready
gonna
to-
have a young, hungry team. With by that time that we get those picks, they'll
Being
kind of be
led
seasoned veterans.
by Jalen, Saquon, AJ.
Just leadership roles. Just leadership roles. So it's cool. It's cool. Oh, and Cardinals just got Josh Sweat. So I mean, for Cardinals,
Home team.
home team, yeah, I guess. It's not my team.
Yo, I really like Sweat on your team, to be honest.
I like Sweat.
He was
I was
crazy.
so sad whenever he went. I was like, no, that's Sweaty. I can't do this no more.
But the only silver lining is that he's now on home team. So
yeah,
we could always like wish good for home team, right? Or
like when Zach
praise
Ertz went to the Cardinals, I was like, I love you, Zach Ertz, man.
Ertz.
But now he's on the Commanders, so I mean, like, fuck, man. Like, I want to go.
Yo, he might be doing something in the Commanders next season.
Hopefully.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, they look dope.
Didn't they just pick up a crazy wide receiver? Or no? No? Yo, I don't know, but I think they did. Are you sure? Is it bad?
It's a bit. I don't know. There's just so many moves going on, so it's hard to keep track of it, like without being like an analyst for this shit.
Before we get out of this sports topic, let's talk about Alex Pereira real quick.
Oh yeah, bro.
You're the combat sports bro, right? What happened? Or you don't even gotta explain. We all know what happened, but what was your take on that?
He just did a really good job of neutralizing his left bomb. Like he kind of took that out of the equation, so he couldn't get surprised and just randomly caught. So I mean, he just did a really good job of just stumping the base. You know what I'm saying?
So not necessarily destroying Alex,
right,
but basically putting a wall up to where he couldn't do anything.
He barely did just enough to win. He barely did just enough to win, and it was in decision. So I mean,
he did just enough to win. That's literally what happened.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
Oh, and I will say, Tank got clocked, and he took a knee. And they didn't count that.
Are you boxing?
Yeah. And whoa, that was
I actually did see something about that.
That was a little crazy. I was like, yo, like I don't know. I think I'm sorry to say I'm a big Tank fan. Like I love Tank. I love what he got going on. But I think I'm sorry to say he kind of lost that one.
They gave him a freebie, right?
They kind of gave him a freebie. He kind of gave him a free, like, because if I was the challenger in his position and that happened to me, I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah.
Overturn that. So I'm doing everything I can.
So in boxing, I'm not super familiar. If you take a knee, you have to get counted.
Yeah, you're
like the 10.
You're kind of submitting.
Nah.
Bare minimum, you need a count. He didn't get no count. He kind of just, you good? You all right? All right. What's going on? You can't be doing that. All right, we'll go ahead.
But
fight.
Is there like a gray area to where you don't have to count sometimes?
No.
Okay, so that was a thing where he went down.
That was a bad ref call. You know what I'm saying? But it was a really good ref. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it was just weird.
And if he did get counted, would that have been points knocked off?
I think that would have been just enough for his opponent to win.
Oh, so it was like that.
Yeah.
Like controversial where that one decision could have changed the outcome of the whole fight.
The whole fight, yeah. So, I mean, if he would have got counted, I mean, I don't know. It might have turned him up and then the fight went differently. I don't know. Who knows? But, I mean, at the end of the day, Tank was kind of getting pieced up a little bit. I was like, dang.
So he got a little freebie right there?
He got a freebie. So he got away with this.
Kind of hit his reputation a little bit, or
I mean, anybody in this business of trying to entertain somebody to the fullest, you're always gonna have setbacks. You're always gonna have little pivots in the road. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be little things. So I mean, just depending on how you bounce back from that, are you gonna like sit in the environment of like, oh, everybody's opinions and or are you just going to continue doing you and only what you have planned out is good for you?
Yeah, I didn't watch that Tank fight, but I did see I seen a couple headlines about it, about that thing.
Kind of neutralized Tank in a lot of ways too. So the way that Alex Pereira kind of got neutralized, it was kind of like that in a way. So it wasn't like overwhelmingly.
Wait, so not talking about boxing real quick, MMA, are like the Russians the best fighters in the world?
I mean, right now they have the most champions.
Or what?
Yeah, I mean,
why are all the popular like MMA fighters losing? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I just think right now
what's going on?
There's a weird energy in the fighting area right now. It's like weird. It's like,
do they need to change the rules about takedowns and holding people?
No. They just you just got to get better at it. I mean, there's some
because everybody always starts booing. Like you get somebody up against the cage and they're sitting there for fucking 2 minutes.
I mean, at the end of the day,
boo!
It's still talent keeping somebody neutralized in that corner while keeping movement. And
so
doing damage.
In your opinion, if they're just standing there for excess amount of time, does it need to get split up?
if there's no movement or nothing's going on, then yeah,
Like
obviously.
they're just there holding each other. Alex tries to do something with no avail, right?
Yeah, then you're just burning the clock
What the
time.
hell is his name? Something with a chin strap.
Anaclev.
He's just there pretty much not making progress with a takedown. I think at that point you need to split them up, which they did at one point. After they were there for damn near the whole round, you know what I mean?
I mean, I will say Alex did get saved by the bell.
Oh, that time where he got pieced up.
Boy, I was like, ooh.
Do you think he was hurt right there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh yeah. If you put another 5 seconds on that, boy,
That might have been a different story. Yeah.
Boy, I was like, my boy Alex, my boy Potan, Stonehenge, Chiam. No, I mean, there's just a lot of random things going on right now.
The world needs Mighty.
And Mighty's coming hard.
Damn.
No butter to bread, just straight meat.
This episode gay. Why these fools talking about meat?
You're hilarious.
Okay, so we kind of did a little bit of workshop near the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Did you want to expand on a little bit of that?
Yeah, I think we
do
can.
You feel like we kind of hit it?
Maybe we can expand on it just a little bit. That way, at the end of every episode, we have a workshop. We can still be consistent.
That's
Makes
fair.
sense? Makes sense.
So, kind of what we want to expand on and like figure out, even for ourselves, and like understand, and is basically the idea of you're only as good as the environment that you're in.
You can only put out what you're surrounded with, aka hence your environment. And let's just say, if you're somebody that really wants to be successful in your own lane, and if you're hanging around people that don't want to go to the gym, don't want to do the things that help you become better, they don't want to help you. Let's say if you're a writer, they don't want to help you, give you ideas to write. They don't. Let's just say if you're a filmmaker, they don't want to help you shoot or anything like that. If you're the only person in your lane and you're not surrounded by other people that are willing to help you, even with just idea or energy, then you're gonna stay that only one person in your group that does that one thing. Unless if you're just so happen to be that one breakout, but that's very rare. So at the end of the day, your environment is only gonna be what you are. Let's just say you're sleeping in every single day until 10 a.m. and then that's when your day starts. Well, all the other competition, everybody else, they're waking up at like 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and they're getting their day started. So not only do they have a huge advantage on you because they're getting their day started a lot sooner to get those reps in, to get those steps in, to get those pens to the paper, the this, the that, you know what I mean? Now you have to look at yourself and being like, okay, now you got to surround yourself with more like energy, more people that are in your same lane, more people, not even like people wise, but just more of like your surrounding of what you're doing to further engage yourself into the passion of what you're doing. And I think if you stay away from the passionate part of what you're doing, I don't think that you're going to make it far. So as long as you still keep that passion in your life, in your environment, right, hence your life, and if you surround yourself with the proper tools to get the job done, I think then you can now break past another barrier of finally becoming where you want it or where you see yourself becoming.
So that's interesting because I had a thought right now, and it's like a question for you. But does that mean that in order to improve ourselves, we need to find friendly competition?
Yeah.
What do you think about that idea of or do we not need the friendly competition? We just need somebody that has a similar work ethic. So
Well,
like
No, you're good.
Just for example, like me, the thing that I want to be very great at is like writing.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm writing a bunch, I'm putting that work in. I'm writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that help you in your lane of having to let's just say you wanted to be super fast? Does that work ethic transfer over to you putting the work ethic in to be super fast?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or would you need another fighter that's working on being fast?
Well, that's just another
Also,
lane.
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can see the hard work that other people are doing, and you can have that motivation for what they're doing, and then being like, oh, he's putting in the hard work, I can put in the hard work. You know what I'm saying? So then now you could be like, okay, well, I don't want to do 10 more reps. I'm kind of, but then I thought about it. I was like, oh, well, he did a whole nother page and a half so if he's writing more, then I could be doing more reps. You know what I'm saying? So you can take motivation off of little things. So if you're being successful in your lane, that just goes to show anybody else can be successcal in their lane. They just have to apply the
So
work
it's
ethic.
not specific to
Right.
a certain category. You're
Right.
just saying as far as the
mentality wise.
Okay, so the work ethic, the discipline, like if I wake up at 3 a.m. every day, and you wake up at noon, you know what I mean?
Yeah, imagine like you wake up at 3 o'clock every day, and then you're going to work, and you're coming home, you're going to the gym, and you're coming home again, and then you're writing, and then you're doing family time, and you go to sleep, and then you come home to me, or to whoever,
just getting up?
whoever. Yeah, I'm just getting up, and I'm like, hey bro, you want to hit a blunt? Hey bro, you want to smoke? Hey bro, you want to chill?
Smacking,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you smacking, bro, smacking. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like if you surround yourself by people that aren't motivated, people that aren't driven, people that aren't that don't have that little spark to just want to become better. It's weird, but humanity, we kind of like tend to
Will like conform to that.
yeah,
or
it's
what?
like weird. We'll take traits that they're doing and then apply it to ourselves and then wonder why we're not doing what we should be doing to the max effort.
So we want to surround ourselves with other people that are constantly
Like-minded.
raising the bar
Yeah.
further. That way, let's just say for some reason you're raising your bar so high, right? Like in the gym, that I start feeling like damn, I'm not putting enough work in the gym. So then I start putting more work in.
Now it's
the
up to
gym.
you. Right. You got
Is
to
that
close
what
the
you mean?
gaps. Yeah. So think about this. Just how you just said, imagine we're right here, right? And then all of a sudden I start turning up the workouts. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I kind of want to do a little bit more. And then in your head, you're like, I kind of want to do more, but I'm not about it. So you can either decide to stay at this level or close the gap and then turn up your workouts as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just about closing gaps. So in your lane, you're going to evolve, and I'm going to evolve in my lane. And it's just always going to be boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? It's just closing gaps.
So we need to surround ourselves with people that are creating gaps.
Like-minded individuals that just want to better themselves. If you're on the trail of bettering yourselves, if you're on the trail of just you want to be at home a couch potato, you want to watch shows all day, then find people that do the same thing. That's not a bad thing.
It is pretty cool because some of the people I've been working with, like artist-wise, they're people that I see doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they're working. So
They're
then I'm like,
moving.
yo, we got to work on this. So
Let's
that
take your
now-
work ethic, my work ethic, and make one thing.
Now we're both working on something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
surround yourself with
The environment
the
of
work,
like
with the consistency, with people that are doing it.
like-minded individuals that could potentially help broaden your perspectives or your horizon. That'd be pretty cool. For me, like I always want to fight better fighters. I think everybody's always a better fighter than me until I put my hands on them, and then it's like, oh wait, I beefed you up so much in my head that now we're in here and I get to really feel you
Then
out.
you created a version of that person in your head.
Yeah, in my head,
That's
you
crazy.
are.
That's a deep taker. Not gonna lie.
I
That's a deep
create in my head the person that I'm gonna be fighting is probably like God himself. You know what I'm saying? And now I gotta figure out how to beat God himself. So now moving forward, I have to create my environment of I'm a God killer. I'm a destroyer. I'm a slayer.
You know who I would want to surround myself with? Like, not a specific person, but just like the kind of people right now. So I'm a okay, performer. I'm not like stage fright or nothing. So when I do perform, I'll go do my thing. You know what I mean? But I would like to surround myself with people that do perform good, that do, you know what I mean? And that way I can up my game and become a better stage presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just feel like I'm okay, but I want to be great at performing. You know what I mean? I think that, I don't know, it would just really be really cool.
Well, how do we break? So like just from the last episode's talk, how do we break that down?
What do you say it again?
So how do we break down what is a great performance? What is that? At the end of the day, it's somebody's.
So, well, I think a
energy
great
or
performance would be. I mean, it's usually rehearsed. Like you're familiar with how you want to move. You're familiar with the lyrics. That way you can. You know what I'm saying? So it does take some discipline in planning out and knowing your music. You know that's part of it. Being like not like you need to know your lyrics, like inside and out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's important stuff.
I think being able
God,
to.
my stomach is like rumbling.
That was your stomach?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I was like, what is that? Like, that's crazy. I think being able to understand how somebody performs would be how well their energy is just in general. So if you were to break that down more, how could you be
Well, you know what I was thinking?
rambunctious in a way, energetic in a way?
Well, I was thinking what came to me right now was, so like let's just say I want to be a great performer, right? Okay, so I would, like I just said, I would have to know my music, know my lyrics, know how I want to move. So what would that require? That would require a little bit of experience in having done it already and knowing what I want to do.
Right.
So then, just as a quick example, take one of my songs and just perform it every day. Perform it every day. I don't know, maybe. And then by the time I get to my show, yo, that song is going to be fire. You know what I'm saying? That whole performance is going to be so second nature that it's just undeniable, maybe.
For real.
I don't know.
So perform
Is that something?
Perform every single day as if you're in front. You have to visualize and perform every single day. You do it 1,000 times until you actually do it.
That's pretty hard.
That's pretty hard. So make your environment you doing that every single day. So by the time when the time comes for you to do it, it's not like, oh, I'm doing it for the first time.
It's like I'm in my bathroom looking in the mirror, but I'm on stage now.
Right.
So, but it's the same
8
thing.
Mile. Instantly just thought of 8 Mile. You know when the beat's going off and he's got the black guy and he's just boom, 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 and he's in the bathroom. Boom, boom. That's what I just thought about.
That's it.
That's pretty hard. So visualize yourself. Create the environment for yourself to be able to visualize you doing that every single day. Your goal. And if you can visualize yourself doing that on a daily basis, every single day, every single day, every single day, then when the time comes for you to step up to the spotlight and act, to be, there would be no issues.
Right. Yeah, in my experience of doing shows, I feel like each show is going to come out the same unless you have other work you did behind the scenes to prepare for it. So it's going to come down to how well you know the music, right? It knowing where you want to move, what you're going to do, all that's important. It's got to be because you know what I mean? Like how else could you improve a performance? You know what I'm saying? Like
I would have to
other
agree.
than like maybe the lighting and stuff. You know what I mean? That's always cool. You know?
I mean, lighting can only be so much. Music can only be so much. Your energy can be everything. Your energy can speak for itself. I think for me, wise, the way that I adapt my environment to, let's just say you're writing every day. Boom. My environment is for the fighting game. I picture me fighting everybody I look at. Swear to God. Like, swear to God.
I'm dead.
I
You ever
literally-
walk in a room and you're like, I can knock out every single motherfucker in this room.
Well, at the end of the day, because when I line up with somebody else, they're just a random ass person. I don't know nothing about them. You know what I'm saying? So why am I gonna attempt to think that I know anything about them? No, I'm just gonna show up and fight. That's just what it is. At the end of the day, we're just gonna fight.
Show up, perform.
Boom. So that's how I envision myself to get even more ready. I just picture I'm fighting everybody. Like, I don't know nothing about none of these people I'm looking at, but we're getting it on.
Right.
So visualization can help your environment
So you could
sharpen.
you could put yourself mentally in that environment.
Right, every day.
To an extent, right?
To an extent.
So let's tie a bow on this. Let's wrap this up real quick.
Sure.
So things we can do to put ourselves in an environment that we need to just close those gaps, to better ourselves. We can envision the goal or the moment of performance that, like, if it's the gym, let's envision us being on that bench, lifting the 2 plates on each side, maybe, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, now break it down, like you're saying. What do we need to do to get there? Okay, maybe having a partner going to the gym to push myself further would help. Okay, cool. Maybe doing 100 push-ups every day to get that chest nice and, that might help.
Yeah.
Right. So it's putting yourself in that environment, even mentally. You're gonna start to adapt to it and figure out what needs to be done in order to get to that environment in reality.
Unfortunately, I forgot the name of the guy who did it, but there was an Olympic track star who had this huge hurdle in his living room every single day. So every single day he would see it and he would jump over it. Every single time he would see it, he would jump over it.
Whoa, this is a great physical example of putting yourself in that environment.
So he had a hurdle in his living room, kind of like how we have our setup. But instead of our setup, he had his hurdle. So every single day,
we see it.
He see it. So eventually, we're in our minds, we're subconsciously living in the podcast. You know what I mean? Because we see it on a daily basis. Right. So for him, he would see that hurdle every single day, and every single time he saw it or walked past it, he would jump over it. So when it came down time to actually act and do the thing,
he had already done it hundreds of
millions of thousands of times, however many times he'd done it, regardless of how many times he's so used to doing it. And it wasn't a performance
at that time. It was just his day-to-day.
His natural instinct to just get it done. So now if you put the pressure on yourself, you can literally... If you put too much pressure on yourself, you can take yourself out of focus. And then now you're trying so hard to get back into focus that you're forcing focus, and that's not really focus.
So does this mean you need to just go walk around the streets and just start fighting people?
Yeah. Put your hands up.
Yo, you just give them gloves?
You ain't get no gloves. You can do it straight knuckles.
I'm dead. Yo, but imagine every day you went out and fought like 10 people. Yo, you'd get in the ring and then... I'm sorry for you, but that guy you're fighting against is just going to get destroyed.
That's how it is now. Sorry for you.
Yeah.
Every day in my life.
If only we could do that and avoid like assault charges and stuff like that.
If I could just put a shield, like the Dune shield.
Oh my God.
Imagine if I put the Dune shield
Whoa.
That'd be hard. Crazy. That'd be hard. Going full blast.
All right, y'all. So...
Change your environment to better yourself and live the life that you want to live. It's only up to you and your mentality. Go chase it, go get it, go grasp it, do what you got to do to get it.
I agree. Everything you said is what I'm going to just reiterate anyway. So you nailed it. Hope we gave you guys a little bit of value with this workshop. This has been episode 4 of the Underrated AF podcast. With that being said, we'll see you guys next week. Or 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
For episode 5.
Bye week.
Of the Underrated AF podcast.
Peace.